gather around, everybody. It's so fun to see this fine-looking group of folks that are joining us today. Well, I'm ready to get started, and my partners.
I'm ready. Folks, we're so glad that you are with us. We're going to take you on a tour of pictures and artifacts.
Well, everything we have beside Bolton Cedar Music.
We're going to show you, folks, that it's going to be, a little interesting for most, but everybody might get something out of it.
Well, we're going to tell the story behind this. In fact, we're going to act down the story. Isn't that right?
That's right, because it's two stories about that astounding Iron Man. Would you agree with that?
I do agree. Two stories because there was two different groups of people who helped it all happen.
Oh, well. If anybody got questions, we'll be on our way. We're two groups.
Well, we're going to go to a cornfield.
A cornfield?
Well, I know we're up here on top of Red Mountain, but see, we're going to pretend there's no such thing as Birmingham. It's the year 1870, just a few years after the Civil War.
It's 1870. That's 152 years.
Did you just do that, man?
Yeah, I did.
I heard it. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to be John Miller. He's the chief engineer of North and South.
Okay, you're John Miller, and I'll be somebody that works with you.
Well, have a look out there and tell me what you see.
Well, okay, Mr. Miller, let's see. Looks like it's Ellison. Yeah, we can't call it a town. It's a few houses, a couple stores. Ooh, this looks like it's a train coming from Nashville. Wonder where it's going. Oh, it's going to Mobile. Would you look at that? It's another one coming from Atlanta. Where's going at? It's going somewhere in Richmond.
So trains from all four directions are coming through here. Well, let me ask you a very important question here. Do you think there's a better place to build a brand new city?
Build a city?
Absolutely. People are already coming and going.
It's not, come on now. You just can't build a city. Kind of sort of, kind of come together. You need something, more than just a few houses, a couple stores. You need something that's gonna make people want to come here to call it a city, like jobs. And if you don't have jobs, well, that's impossible.
Whoa, wait. Now be careful about what you say is possible. It's not possible. But look, I know we can't just build a city out here in the middle of nowhere just to amuse ourselves. Because like you said, people have got to know that they can make a living. But now what if we had a reason? What if I told you that there was something buried in that cornfield that might guarantee that people can make a living in this brand new city?
It's gold down.
Oh, no. No, I love it. It's a pretty shiny mineral. I wouldn't mind having some gold, but you can't make a tractor out of gold. You can't make a stove out of it. But iron. Now think about it. What if we could make everything you see here? Iron fire hydrants, iron stoves, iron pipes that people need to run water in cans for miles and miles. What if we can make all these things here and sell to people all over the world? Now, do you think that might produce enough good jobs for you?
Not really, with all the trouble of trying to put down at the 10 works, trying to make good solid iron.
Oh, come on, now, don't give up so easy. Everybody follows this way. I want to show you something. Now, why don't you tell me what this is?
Iron ore.
And this?
Limestone.
And this?
Coal.
Put all three of those things together in the right way, and what do you get?
Iron. That's what I'm saying. You gotta go one place to go get the limestone, another place to go get the iron ore, and then you gotta bring in the coal.
What if I told you that out there in that cornfield is one of the few places in the whole world that all three of these things can be dug up within just a few miles of each other?
I'll say that's impossible.
Now, what did I tell you about saying something's impossible? Now look, this valley has got iron ore, limestone, and coal. We can make all the iron you can imagine right here. We can make anything that can be made out of iron right here and just send it out to anywhere in the world.
Mr. Miller, I think you're right.
Yeah, you better believe it. It's all about things coming together in the right way. You can't make iron without coal.
Can't make iron without limestone.
Can't make iron without iron.
Mixing all those things together,
every part doing its best, and anything is possible.
Yeah.
And in just a few short years, we had a thriving, growing city out there because people moved here from all over for all the jobs that were created. Of course, it was kind of hard getting that iron out of the ground. But, people everywhere started calling Birmingham the Magic City. But You know, you can't just wave a magic wand and all this stuff comes out of the ground. We're going to tell you about how hard it was.
Listen, I come from West Virginia to Birmingham because they say it's like magic here. Where I come from, we've been mining more than anybody could remember. I mean, me and my brothers are side by side. We down in the trenches, right in the darkness, beating up against the coal to get all the coal out with pitchforks, hammers, and even our bare hands. But knowing all along, we hit the wrong rock the wrong way. And that is it. But when people ask me about my job, they ask me, why do you do it? That's cover pay. And after that, I kind of give them a wink and a nod. And that's the God's truth.
But you sure can make a good living here. Now, my family's never done nothing else except work in the mines. There's been enough iron ore and coal and limestone in these parts. You know, me and my brothers working in these mines, as soon as we was old enough to swing a shovel. And all of us miners and our families, we live side by side in the mining camp. You know, we never go anywhere. We never take no trips or anything because we just don't have time. And anything we need, we get from this here company store. If the company store don't have it, well, we just do without it. See, the company doesn't pay us in dollars and cents, not regular US money. They pay us in what they call script. Well, around here we call it clacker. You can't spend it anywhere except in the company store. But you know what? They do have food and clothes here. And every once in a while we get us something really nice, like a radio or maybe some toys. So it really ain't that bad.
Wait a minute. He's talking about the white folks camp. The black folks camp is further down the road. It's parts of this company, the company store, that whites and blacks are not allowed in at the same time. Nobody really say why, but then what's funny, you'll think side by side down in the camp, the whites and the blacks are together. Then we come up in daylight, well, they'll go their way, we'll go ours. Nobody really talked about it. I reckon things never change.
Well, the world, ladies and gentlemen, is changing. Follow me this way. Yes, this world is changing. Now, in the last century, the wealth of Alabama was cotton. But now we're in the 20th century. Every day, our state proves itself more and more in terms of its industrial strength. I'm talking about the manufacture of iron and steel. And it is only right and fitting that we demonstrate to the world the tremendous wealth of productivity that our workers have wrung from the clutches of the tenacious soil.
There's only one man that talks like that. He runs the Alabama State Fairground, Mr. James McKnight.
Now, next year, the city of St. Louis will host a World's Fair. And it's going to be a massive celebration of the Louisiana Purchase. It's the centennial of the Louisiana Purchase. And every one of our nation's 45 states will have on display their creations and achievements to show off to the world. Now, I say that Alabama needs to be represented in grand fashion according to her grand achievements.
So, what do you propose?
Well, for the 1888 World's Fair in Paris, the French nation built the Eiffel Tower, which is currently the tallest building in the world.
So, you want to go taller?
Well, not the tallest building in the world, but how about the tallest cast iron statue in the world? Now, my colleague Fred Jackson and I proposed building the largest Iron Man ever built since the ancient days of Colossus.
And this is going to be a statue of you?
A statue of myself. Hey! Oh, no. The statue needs to be an emblematic figure, an icon, a true symbol of the Magic City.
So, what do you propose?
Well, I say an Iron Man 60 feet tall.
60 feet tall? That's over.
Well, we would need 100,000 pounds of iron, too. But, yes, I know we only have a few months, but I say we can do it. I've always had the idea that anything is possible.
I don't know what he's talking about. I think he's crazy. Ain't no way a sculptor on Earth is going to be able to get a statue of that size. It's just impossible. I'm telling you.
Oh, stop there. Excuse me. So that's where I say you are wrong. Now, I have made statues much harder than these. It was less time to make them.
Am I guessing you're the world famous sculptor Giuseppe Marelli?
Yes, thank you, thank you. These are statues I make for you going to be a thing of beauty. You shall see.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're not making fun of his accent at all. A lot of people love it. That's just the way he talks. Senor Marelli, hold up, let me ask you a question.
I want to make a statue of the spirit of Birmingham, the statue of its soul. That's why I want to make it look like one of the ancient gods of my people.
Your people?
Yeah, the Romans, you know, for Rome. It's in Italian. I'm Italian.
Yeah, I thought you.
Yes, there was one of the Roman gods. He was known as the blacksmith of the gods, who could make anything out of iron, and that's what I make for you. Vulcan, a big statue of Vulcan. And I'll have it for you in time to make all the iron and the molds. You pour in the iron in those molds, and whoosh! You have the largest cast iron statue in all the world.
Well, how tall, how gigantic would it be?
About 60 feet tall. Yeah, I know we only have a few months, but I know we can get this thing done just in time.
Just in time, so how long would it take?
Only 2 months.
2 months. Well, that's impossible.
Oh, hey. Somebody needs to talk to you about this word impossible, you say. Now, I have the idea that anything is impossible.
I heard that somewhere.
That Mr. Moretti, I think he's going to finish in time and it's going to be great. Now, have you seen this little model that he made to show everyone what the big version is going to look like?
I sure did. I want to believe it with my own eyes. It is a black man.
No, it's a figure of a Roman god. He's white.
Ah, come on, take a look at him.
Well, I mean, I know the Roman god thing. I mean, those were all just stories. And who's to say that they could have been orange, purple, or green? But the statue must be a white man.
Man, come on, sir. With all due respect, just think about it. We already have to sit up there and be on a 18-hour shift. They're gonna have to lay on a 3rd-hour shift to come in, and no white man's gonna come in to do that job.
Well, I can see you may be right about that, but someone is gonna have to pay for its construction.
Ooh. Don't look at us, we barely getting by.
My point exactly. You know, the excess capital in the city, whether it's fair or not, is largely distributed among the white population.
God damn it.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know, I am Rufus Rhodes, and I have the privilege of being the editor and publisher of our city's finest newspaper, the Birmingham News. Now, if you've been reading our newspaper every day, and I know you have, you know about the project underway to build the largest cast iron statue in the world to stand towering over the 1904 World's Fair, which opens in just a few months. Now, the estimated cost of this project, and by the way, this is going to be the new symbol of our city, the estimated cost is in the neighborhood of $100,000. Now, I'm asking you, no, I challenge you to share from your wealth, good citizens, to help finance the creation of this symbol that's brought such wealth to you in the first place.
You do, don't you? Do know that average estimated amount that people make, white or black, after a 50-hour work week is 62 cents a minute. No. Carry 2, 1. Math is off. 22 cents and in the 11-hour work week.
Fair enough. That's why some of you will share of your labor, your energy, and time. And others, if you can afford it, will share from their pocketbooks. Now that's why the statue of Vulcan at the Louisiana Purchase Exposition will suggest the solidarity of Birmingham, everybody coming together regardless of their financial situation. Now, it's a tremendous idea, and it cannot fail to make a hit.
Well, Mr. Moretti has already brought in the statue and all these molds and stuff.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
So, 2 more months. How about that?
Two more months. Well, now, wait a minute. The World's Fair opens next month.
Okay, 1 more month. We're working around the clock. It's just to go any faster. It just...
Yeah, well, now, you know, the statue is being built in pieces. Starting from the bottom, you know, we could send each piece to St. Louis as it's completed, and we'll build the statue on site. And that way people from all over the exposition will come to our site just to see this spectacle in progress.
You send his right foot?
Well, yeah, so this right foot, this is all that's been completed?
Yeah, hold on. it's taking us around the clock. I mean, think about it. We're going in faster, 18 hours a day, a 3rd-hour shift to lay on. This is all we got right here.
So 2 more months?
So where do you want to take
Well,
him?
now, he belongs to the Birmingham City Council, so I say we should bring him back here and we put him up in the city's Central Park.
Well, you do know he's nearly 60 feet tall, right?
Yeah.
And he's taller than even every tree that's down there. People is, you can't see him from the waist up. But from the waist down,
Oh, he's kind of
naked.
Ooh, imagine a Sunday picnic in the park. The sun is shining, the grass is green. Look up at the sky, and what do you see?
Yeah, right.
Well, we can't just leave him in a pile of pieces by the railroad tracks. Now, he is the 2nd largest statue in the nation. Only the Statue of Liberty is bigger.
So where you want to take him?
I say we move him to the Alabama State Fairgrounds, just for a little while.
Oh,
Just for a few years. Yeah, this is taken about 1910. Now, someone put Vulcan's arms on the wrong way, right on left, left on right. It looks ridiculous.
yeah. People start looking at him as
We're getting
advertising.
fixed.
Yeah, we're getting fixed, but people start using them for advertisements for Heinz pickles and Coca-Cola.
Yeah, well, he was an advertisement to begin with, if you think about it.
So what year is it?
Well, it's 1930. The stock market crashed.
Well, there's no time to build no pedestal or anywhere for him.
Definitely no money, but we could talk to President Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Oh, for the Works Progress Administration?
Yeah, the WPA, putting folks to work, making things that the country needs.
Also, it'd be making the place of the country look a little,
Make some things that are nicer for it to look at, such as, finally, a permanent home for Vulcan. Now, there's Vulcan on the sandstone tower. How tall is that tower?
126 feet.
Yeah. How many steps? Have you been up all those steps?
I've been up there, and it's 157 of them. Me and 1,000 others.
Yeah, that's a good workout. Now, he's way up high so people can see him all day long. And at night,
He's all lit up.
well, sort of. Now, see, we put this frame of neon lights around the top of that spear point, and that green glow is going to be a part of Vulcan from now on.
Yeah, but when it turns into red,
Well, now see, it's green because it tells everyone in the city that everything is safe on the roadways. But if somebody in town dies in a car wreck, we'll switch that light to red.
it tells people to kind of take it easy and slow down.
That's right.
Well, that's about the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Well, no, a lot of people like that idea.
I bet a lot of people did.
And that's why it took so long to get Vulcan here in the first place, was getting people to agree. See, one group would try to get it done their way and then fail. And another group would try to get it done their way and then fail. And that went on and on for 30 years. But it's all about everything coming together the right way. Like we said, you can't make iron without coal.
Can't make iron without limestone.
You can't make iron without iron ore.
Mixing all those things together,
Every part doing its best,
and anything is possible.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. It kind of takes the sting out of how bad the iron and steel business is doing. Of course, now Birmingham is doing better than a lot of places.
Yeah. What we
Well, of course, now I know no one's really buying that much iron and steel at the moment, but something's going to change that. And I hate to tell you this, but it's another war.
Oh yeah, war. War?
Yeah, World War II. The war against Hitler and Mussolini, the war against Hirohito and Yamamoto. Follow us this way.
Another war.
Yep. Have to have tanks, planes, and battleships, all made out of what?
Iron and steel.
That's right. It's really going to get this city going again. Now, the men will be going off to war, and ladies, guess what? You're going to work in the steel mills, the factories.
Ladies in the steel. Can't imagine.
You better start imagining it, because the men are going to be going off to war, white men and black men both together.
Finally, when we get back, we're gonna be equal, right?
Well, no, it's not going to happen.
Hang on. We're going out to fight the war, defending our rights, and to come back and they're not even. Come on now.
Now you still have rights. You're still an American.
What? Right. Just think about it. The same guys that I was with in the mist tent can't even sit at the same lunch counter with them. Then, the same guys I was on a troop carry with them, and I can't ride the same bus with them unless I'm sitting in the back.
The law exists to protect the rights of all citizens. The law provides for the white man and the black man to have separate but equal schools, churches, restaurants, hospitals, and theaters.
That's separate and not equal.
As Birmingham's Public Safety Commissioner, it's my duty and my privilege to uphold that law.
Let me guess. Eugene Connor?
Not even my mama calls me Eugene, boy. Everybody calls me Bull. And don't tell me, 'cause I already know. You're that troublemaker Martin Luther King.
I don't mind being called a troublemaker from time to time.
Now, if you come to Birmingham to start any of your trouble, you better know I'm going to stick the police calls, you and all of your people, and I'll stick the fire hoses on anybody who's left.
Connor, we're gonna have news stations all over the nation to see how you treat your people.
Good, because people need to see that in Birmingham. We know how to keep the white man and the black man in their places.
And their places is to be together side by side.
Never.
It's too late, Connor. It's already happening, even in this segregated city here in Birmingham.
You know, I don't know what to tell you about world conflict. It's like, when I think of back then, the world, well, a lot of people saw the world changing really fast, and they were afraid to let go of the time that was already long gone.
And hey, a group of people, no matter their skin color, well, it's just ungrateful, especially in a city like Birmingham. Blacks and whites all over help this city come together. Think about it. Whites didn't make this city for themselves, nor by themselves.
Yeah, there was no single group of people who did it all by themselves. But, you know, we want to show you something here. We want you to look at a beautiful city that was created. Follow us this
Magic City.
pulled up out of the ground almost overnight. You know, no city had ever sprung to life so fast, going from being railroad tracks in the cornfield to a major southern city. But, you know, Birmingham is unique in that it's been a continuous experiment. You know, we try to get things right, but of course, sometimes, as you saw in that last scene, we get it wrong.
And sometimes we get extremely wrong.
Which brings me to Vulcan himself. Now, have you ever noticed what he's doing?
He's checking out his spear point, his spearhead.
Yeah, to make sure it's perfect, clean, and precise. But if it's not right, well, he'll go back to the fire, he'll keep that metal up, walk over to the handle, pull out a hammer, and
Bang bang.
yes, and he'll inspect it again. And if it still isn't right,
Bang bang.
that's right, man. That's what we've done with Birmingham. You know, we thought we could be an iron and steel town forever, but it wasn't meant to be because a lot of those jobs, well, they moved overseas. And Birmingham really struggled for a long time until we brought some more businesses and industries and attractions here. Now, what about our medical facilities here? Now, what's one of the first things you see?
Children's Hospital.
Yeah, it kind of stands out. But, you know, Children's Hospital and University of Alabama at Birmingham hospitals, well, those are two very well-renowned medical facilities where countless lives have been saved. We have a tremendous restaurant scene here now. Sports, you know, the Birmingham Barons moved back to town in the 21st century after they'd been in Newport for maybe 3 decades. And now we have pro and college football at Protective Stadium. You know, we got some really nice trails, but we got some exercise. I know I need some exercise. We got a Vulcan Trail and Railroad Park and so many positive things in Birmingham now. There's the Wayne Science Center, there's Sloss Furnaces, the Civil Rights Museum. You know, it has such a rich history here in many areas. And people moved back here. So we got on the growth spurt again, and all because there were enough people who were progressive minded and wanted to be like Vulcan, go back to the drawing board. Heat up that metal in the fire. I know you want to say that.
Bang bang.
I'll give you a little chance here in just a minute. Now, let's go back to Vulcan. Now, back in 2000, well, it was discovered that he was in danger of rusting away. He had some really big, ugly rust spots here. So, we had to take him down, take him apart in pieces, go to work on him, and one more time.
Bang bang.
You know, we got him just right. He's looking better than ever. What's so funny? What, bang bang?
No, it's what people thought he looks like a white man.
Well, I know a lot of people assume that. Of course, there were a few people who thought that maybe he was a black man.
Turns out
he's gray. Well, it's all about the blend, equal parts black and white. If that doesn't say verbally, well, I don't know what it does. But, all about the blend. And as we've been saying, you can't make iron without coal.
can't make iron without limestone.
You can't make iron without iron.
But piecing all those things together,
Every part doing its best, and anything is possible.